Hello and welcome to another update video about the Near protocol, a cryptocurrency I really like because it is so volatile just from a trading point of view and setting limit orders and so on. So yeah, it is really one of the more volatile, higher market cap cryptocurrencies. So before we dive deep into the Near protocol technical analysis, let's take a look at what I said in the video from yesterday. Reduced price. That is what we need to wait for. We need to wait for a signal now of the market. We need to wait for the breakout point. Overall, I think this downtrend could be over temporarily. Yeah. So we were obviously coming down to very important support at the 78.6% Fibonacci level at $10. And what happened? Well, we actually had that breakout out of this bullish pattern that we had on the chart. This bullish, how do you call it, a descending, a broadening wedge, which is generally considered a more bullish pattern. Of course, as I said in the video, we always need to wait for a breakout point. But as a trader who's looking for a trade entry, for a trade setup, if you can identify a pattern like that, you of course watch the chart, you take a look at it. Either you program your order yourself or you wait for the entry and wait until there is a breakout. And there was one. And we are going close, or we are actually now have reached the target of the wedge. As I always say, the first target of a wedge is the beginning of the wedge. Now that was reached and we had a breakout. We came down once more to that $10 level, the 78.6% Fibonacci level, a psychologically very important level. And as I suggested, the downtrend could be over. Now the downtrend will really only be over. Well, first of all, we need to get above that $11.30 level. That is the first target here of the wedge, by the way. Or we're going to take a look at that in a minute. But by the way, yeah, that is the first target. But really, for good confirmation that the downtrend could, or at least that downtrend here could be over, we need to make a higher high. So actually, we need to make it above $13.20. So far, I'm really pleased about that. How this cryptocurrency is developing here. Highly volatile. My sell order got triggered, buy orders get triggered, and we hopefully are back on our way up. The $10 level is typically a very important level that obviously is highly regarded because it is such a, not only a Fibonacci level here, but it's also a psychological level, of course, anything with a round number. So as I said here, that's basically the trade setup that we already saw in the last video. You had this descending broadening wedge on the chart. Here, with this candle, this could have been an entry point, an engulfing green candle and a breakout, or at the latest here, this candle where we actually retested successfully that wedge. So we can probably see more detail on the 1 hour chart where there could have been another entry point, for example, this green candle. Yeah, sometimes it's useful to go to a lower time frame to look for a more specific entry point. So these could have been entry points, breakout here with that bullish candle, or just after that, and that could have been here at around $10.50. Nice upside to the target. I would usually set a take profit slightly below the target because sometimes it's just not reached. But for now, it seems like we could continue that move up. But of course, there is a corrective wave that needs to come as well in any beginning of an uptrend. So at the moment, looking good. The reason also why in the last video I suggested that we could see a counter reaction to the upside was that we were quite oversold. So let me just zoom out here a little bit where we actually were. So we are here on the daily chart. And we saw, first of all, here on the RSI, an oversold, massively oversold RSI, and a bullish divergence, as you can see here. So on the daily chart, we did actually come in that whole drop below 30, and that is oversold. That is pretty much as oversold as, well, I think it was actually the most oversold level on the daily that the Near protocol ever had, just below 30. So that is certainly something absolutely interesting if you have something like that. That can indicate that we get a reversal. On the 4 hour chart also here, and you see also this bullish divergence on the 4 hour chart. Yes, on the RSI, and we are on our way up, and we broke out of a descending broadening wedge. reached already that target, which could be a take profit target. Yeah, we're just below it, but again, they are not always reached. So from that point of view, it's looking good at the moment. Now, NIR obviously needs to break that $11.30 resistance, and would then in the next move need to move, well, when it breaks that, it could move actually to $12.15. We had previous resistance here and support back here. So it would be the next major level of resistance. And then to really end that downtrend, at least temporarily, the price would need to move above $13.20. That is the next level I'm looking out for. To the downside, of course, if we get rejected here, there should be strong support at $10. And that is pretty much everything I can tell you about NIR. I just want to give you a quick update because it did break out, and it it was expected some sort of a corrective move up, as I indicated, because we were just so much oversold, yeah. And we had the opportunity here with a pattern to break out of a pattern, which is fantastic, and that worked out. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.